everyone, Julia from Sunday Sounds here. Let's take a look at our patch designed in the style of Our God as originally performed by Chris Tomlin. We play the song in its original key of B and at its original tempo of 105 BPM. This patch has strings, pads, bass, and arps. Your left hand will often be playing octaves or single notes in the higher octave during mellow parts. Your right hand will be playing a series of string riffs and lead lines that vary throughout the song. As we increase the mod wheel, we begin to hear more string parts, arps, and filters open up to increase the intensity of the song. For the intro, your mod wheel will be at 0. Your left hand will play single notes in the high octave, while your right hand plays a high string lead up here. Here's what the string lead will sound like. Here's what the intro sounds like. It's 2 times through your chord progression. The intro also comes back after the first time you play the verse and chorus. The only difference is that your left hand will be playing octaves. Be sure to look for this part as you're watching through the demo. For the verses, you'll have the mod wheel at 0. The first time through the verse, I like to keep my left hand playing single notes in the high octave and then add the low octave halfway through. Your right hand won't play anything at the very beginning of the verse, but then it comes in with a string riff when you play the minor 2 chord in your left hand. I'll play this riff slowly for you. This riff continues into the second half of the verse. Here's what that part of the riff will sound like. Now, this is what the whole verse will sound like in context. The second time you play the verse, you'll play it the same way as the second half you just played, with octaves in the left hand and with the string riff in your right hand. The mod wheel will also be at 0 for this part. This time, though, you'll only play through half of the verse. For most of your choruses, you'll have the mod wheel at about 1/3 of the way up. Your left hand will play octaves, and your right hand will play simple string chords in the mid-range of your keyboard. You can voice these chords however you like within this range, but this is how I like to play them. The second time you play the chorus, you'll play through it a total of 2 times. For your big chorus, you'll have the mod wheel at 100. Your left hand will play octaves, and your right hand will play the string lead from the intro. But I like to play it down an octave so that it blends into the background a little bit more. This chorus will also be 2 times through. Before the bridge, there's an instrumental which is played the exact same way as the bridge. For this, you'll have the mod wheel at about 2/3 of the way up. Your left hand will be playing octaves, and your right hand will play a new string riff for this part. Here's what this string riff sounds like. Here's what that riff sounds like with the left hand. You'll continue playing that through the instrumental and all of the bridges. After the bridge, there's another big instrumental version of the bridge, which I like to call Big Bridge. For the big bridge, your mod wheel will be at 100, and your left hand will be playing octaves while your right hand plays the high string lead. At the end of each phrase, you'll lift up both hands so that there's a small gap in the sound before beginning the next phrase. This will help create the dropping out effect that you hear in the recording. Here's how I would play this part. You end up playing the big bridge 2 times at the very end, once with words, so no right hand string lead, and once with the high string lead. Your left hand will play octaves for both of these bridges, and you'll play them without the dropping out effect. At the very end of this bridge, you'll end on the 4 chord of your key, which is down here, and you'll play a short string outro with your right hand. And here's what that sounds like. Remember, you're always free to adjust parts if needed, or if your band is doing a different arrangement of the song. And as always, be sure to check out the demo to see how I play all these parts in order and move the mod wheel between sections to build the intensity of the song. Now, just to review the different mod wheel positions, you'll start with the mod wheel at 0 for your intro and verses. At about 1/3 of the way up, you'll have your choruses. About 2/3 of the way up will be that small instrumental and the down bridge. At 100 will be the big bridge and the big chorus. Now, before I let you go, I wanted to let you know that there's a Facebook group called Sunday Sounds Insiders, where you can find exclusive tutorials, sound design tips, behind the scenes videos, song patch polls. It would be awesome to see you in there. Until then, I'm Julia with Sunday Sounds. See you next time.